All right, so on the back end of the combine, we're going to talk about a couple different adjustments back here. This combine has the electric deluxe residue package. So with that, we get 3 different actuators available. So one actuator on each paddle here, and then there's also one on the center, which sets our whale tail. The actuator in the center sets the gap between the tail and the top of the panel. This gap determines how much product we're putting in the center of the spread versus the outside of the spread. The larger the gap located right here, the more product we're going to put in the center. If we want to direct more of that product to the outside edges, we close that gap up. These 2 actuators located right here set the clearance between these fins and the impeller paddles. The tighter these fins run to the impeller paddles, the harder it's going to throw that product. Great for wind compensation, great for directing more or less product to one side or the other. If you have the mechanical version, these actuators are replaced by mechanical turnbuckles. So you'll have a threaded rod here, here, and also located in the center. The last thing I'll talk about in this area, if you're in really green, tough conditions, especially we see it in canola, what we'll find is you can get a little ball of material build up between the impeller paddle and this fin. And what happens is it'll stall the impeller motor. If that happens, typically you wind up plugging up the back end of the combine. So in those tough conditions, we have some bolts and some slotted holes located up here. We can loosen those bolts off and we can bring this whole assembly away from the impeller paddles and give you more clearance in there. And that'll help push those green balls of material through and prevent plugging.